Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with
Taylor. That's me.
yes, and we are going to be talking about Riverdale. So we are going to talk about, let's see, episode 27 to 30.
Yes.
Which is right after they came back from like the hiatus in season 2.
For the Olympics, yeah.
Yeah.
That killed us all because we were all like, why?
Yes, and we're going to talk about 32 to the finale on Taylor's channel.
Yes.
So you should go check that out. Link will be down below. We're going to take it episode by episode and kind of break it down. So there's going to be tons of spoilers. So if you haven't seen Riverdale and you don't want spoilers,
don't watch it.
Yikes. Anyway.
You better come back.
Yeah.
Baby, come back.
So let's just start talking about Riverdale, shall we? Okay. So this episode, I'm sure you remember it. It was the lake episode where they went to Veronica's
mountain getaway, lake getaway.
So it was the core four, as they are called, I think.
I never heard it called till you heard it. I never heard it called that till you said it, but I really like it. And I feel like it makes sense.
Yeah.
Do you ever scroll through like the Riverdale Explore page on Instagram? If you go to the Explore page and you click on one Riverdale thing, you'll just scroll and watch Riverdale forever and ever.
Yeah.
It's like all the time I tag you in that stuff because I'm just like scrolling through Instagram.
Yes. Anyway, it's the core four, which is Archie, Veronica, Betty, and Jughead. So they all go for this nice weekend getaway. At the beginning, we see Cheryl like kind of butting in. It's like she wants.
Yeah, no, it was so awkward because like they were talking about going away, and then Cheryl was like, "Oh, like where are we going?" And they were like, actually no.
This is like a couple's vacation."
Yeah, and it's weird because like rarely do we see Cheryl being like shot down and actually like accepting it. You know, I feel like usually she'd be like, well, screw that, I'm coming anyways, like I'll find a date or something.
She didn't really accept it because she got mad and called and like exposed
I forgot about that.
Exposed the Betty and Archie kiss to kind of, you know, add the drama in there. That's what she wanted to do.
Let's see, what was my note on that? I said, okay, in all caps, screw Cheryl for outing Betty and Archie's kiss to Jug. Like, that's how I feel. It was in all caps because Cheryl, like, she's just like, she's cold. Like, why?
Yeah, she was
Poor
salty.
girl has some issues. Like, she really does.
Oh, and this is where she like meets Choni for the first time, and she's so rude to her.
Surprise, because she's a serpent, and Cheryl doesn't want anything to do with serpents.
Yeah.
And like, I think it's just like, it's so weird how like Riverdale incorporates like, everyone is almost like, serpents obviously aren't a race, but like they're trying to almost incorporate like racism. But speaking of which, the cast is like not very racially inclusive. There's like one black guy, then there's the Pussycats, but they're like only side characters. Like, they could really add a little bit of ethnicity, if we're being honest. But like if they were to make like serpents black, then that would be like entirely inappropriate.
Yeah.
But like there should be like a couple on both sides, and then they have a couple like Asian, but I almost just said a spoiler right now. But anyways,
a note in here about how Chick is unbelievably creepy.
Yeah, the way they edited this episode was like so, like literally he's just everywhere behind Betty. He's like literally just like always smiling. Like, he has this look like that. What a good actor. I don't know the actor's name, but like damn, he's good at that. Like
his name's Hart Denton, something like that.
Leaves me shook every time. I just said that I swear that they like oversaturate everything to make Archie's hair so red. Like, we get it. He's a redhead. Like, obviously, he's not naturally a redhead. They dye his hair. So it's almost like as his dye starts to fade, they turn the saturation up. They're like, here we go. He's a redhead. Oh, third rail. Jughead said something about being Archie's third rail. And we were like, what the heck is that?
I don't know what that means. I don't know if that means, like best friend.
Or maybe, like, he's saying, like third wheel, maybe? Like, maybe it's that, another way to like say that. I don't know. If you guys know, like, somebody, should we Google it? It's probably pretty simple.
Probably. It's probably so obvious. So back at the lake or whatever, they're all a little salty. Would you say they're a little salty?
The tensions are high.
Yeah.
Tensions are medium. Okay, tensions are medium.
Yeah.
I'd say.
So Veronica suggests that she kisses Bughead.
Jughead. Oh, okay. That's exciting.
Oh. So Veronica thinks that she should kiss Jughead.
Right.
So that's kind of, that was a little bit of an awkward scene.
Yeah, and like Veronica, okay, we all know she's like a little promiscuous, she does whatever, but like Jughead is so not.
Mm-hmm.
And like he was like, I don't know, like what if a future me tries to hold this against a future you? And I was like, who are you? Like you are not allowed.
Yeah.
And what else did I say? I said that, like, he's a little jealous of the Betty-Archie kiss, but, like, he knows better. Like, he knows Betty is so down for him.
Josie's mom and Sheriff Keller have, like, a thing going on, but it doesn't really go anywhere, It
literally, like, a recurring theme we've noticed in Riverdale is, like, these conflicts and, like, plot things will come up, and then they just kind of, like, fall off. Like, I don't know, maybe we'll see them again, but like to make a big deal out of something and then to not like check back up on it within like a couple episodes is like weird. Like we've known for like quite a while because they were like meeting up with each other in the motel and stuff that they were seeing each other. But then Josie has known for a minute also, but then she like tells Kevin and it's like that is not your place. It's just kind of cold. Like she acted like very rash. I don't know.
Those guys, whoever they were, break into the little lake house. Mm-hmm. So that was kind of an intense scene, I think. Anyway, Archie goes after one of these guys, and it kind of will come back to bite him in a future episode.
Yeah, and like literally, I said it was like so rude. Okay, right before this, they were like all fighting before everybody like broke in, and Veronica tried to use Betty had told her earlier in the episode, like, that she used the wig with Jughead, like, when they were having sex, and then she, like, tried to throw that at her in front of Archie, and I'm like, that's so, like, rude. Like, that she told that to you in confidence as, like, your friend, and you're gonna seriously do her dirty like that.
Yeah.
And then I said that, like, Andre seriously has a hero complex. He always feels like he has to save people. Like, saving his dad from the Black Hood, saving freaking all of his friends from this random guy running away. Like, he was already leaving. Veronica already said, like, the cops were coming. And he has to run after him. Like, and then Andre kills him. And, like, that was kind of intense. Because he was like, I'll take care of it. And then, like, Archie literally takes 2 steps and bam. Bam, he's killed.
Yeah.
Oh, and then at the end of this episode, we say that Cheryl, like, loved someone.
Yes.
And it was a girl, and her mom ruined it. Mm-hmm. And they, like, never mentioned this before. Like, sometimes I feel like I wonder if the writers, like, plan this stuff way ahead, or they're like, you know what? Let's put this in.
Let's just throw it
This is the next step.
Yeah.
They're like, surprise, Cheryl's a lesbian. Even though, did she mention having, which before the thing was she was in love with her twin brother. Like, everybody was like, they're kind of like incesty.
But that was never actually a thing, was it?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Like, I don't think they just... they definitely made it out to be super creepy. Do you have anything else in this episode?
I don't think so. We are moving on to episode 28. So, the first thing I wrote down, I'm terrible at taking notes, but was Kevin catfishing Chick. I don't know what to say about that. I don't know why I wrote that down.
I barely took any notes on this episode, but I said, like, so starts off, I think the Lodgers want Fred to run for mayor, and I'm like, obviously there are some alternative motives. Yeah. Like, never did the Lodgers do anything just because. Mm-hmm. And they know that they have, like, some kind of ownership over Fred because they have, like, a big part of his business, and then this whole, like, campaign makes me want to know what the Lodges, like, original, like, where did they come, like, were they from Riverdale originally? Because, like, everybody in Riverdale knows them, so it's like, but they have no Riverdale in them. Like, they just literally, like, came back, and it's like, of all the towns to take over, like, why Riverdale? I don't know. Good old home.
This is when Hal leaves because of Chick, so that's interesting.
Good.
Yeah.
Because Chick is
he's
creepy.
And we have the will reading for Cheryl's dad. And then this weird thing where his twin shows up.
Yeah, that was like, I was so shook because like, I was like, oh, hell to the no. Like, we saw him dead. And also, during the will reading, Nana Rose was cold as hell. Like, she, at one point, okay, so the guy says, like, oh, the estate or the maple business belongs to Nana Rose. And then Penelope, like, puts her hand on Nana Rose, and Nana Rose snatches it away.
Yeah.
And I was like, cold.
Yeah.
Cold.
Betty sneaks into Chick's room to get his DNA because she's, you know, suspicious. Like, is this actually my brother?
Oh, it's not.
And we find out that it's not.
But, like, it is.
But then, what's her name? Alice is like, it's not the same DNA because Hal isn't the father.
Praise.
But whatever, we all know Chick is, you know.
Yeah, but Chick is rando, but I can't believe that Alice just, like, let Chick take the babies for a walk.
Oh,
like, I thought for sure, like, we were never gonna see them again, or Chick.
Yeah.
I was like, she was like, oh, not only did he take them for a walk, we took them for a walk by Sweetwater River.
Oh,
like, notorious for killing people. Like, let us drown some children in Sweetwater River.
Yeah, that's crazy. She's like, oh, they're just down by the river, you know. What?
Yeah, like
so
what the
casually.
hell? And like it's not like they live near the river at all. Like, I feel like Cheryl lives kind of out, so she lives kind of near the river. So like it was plausible for them to be by the river. Whereas like, they live in like a suburb. Like, they're not near the river at all.
I never thought about that. Why does Archie have to cut his hand to like prove himself to Hiram? Really? Like,
screw Hiram.
Let me cut my hand open and drip my blood on this piece of paper.
Let's do it.
Why? Why? That's how you know, Archie. You gotta run because he's crazy. That's all for episode 28. Moving on to 29.
This is when I first time I know like what are the lodges' actual connection. And Hermione said something about how they lose people in businesses every year, but like, how does she know? Like, she's been in Riverdale for like 6 months since like, apparently they've been gone forever because Veronica I don't think has ever been to Riverdale when they first moved here, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's like this hick town.
Yeah.
So it's been at least like 16 years, 17 years since they've been there.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, Hermione, like keep trying to sound like you're from here.
Why did Jughead go on a hunger strike?
He was sitting outside of Southside, and he was like chained against South.
That's on the Serpents or the Southside.
Southside High.
Yeah.
Did Southside High ever get like torn down? Like they never actually showed that. Like they were ready to demo it, and then they were all tied to it, and then they. Hold on, let's get to that in a minute about what happens there. But I had to know about how I knew that they freaking made tea, and Claudius, Cheryl's uncle, is like, here, have some of this tea. It's Penelope's special blend.
Yeah.
He doesn't know Penelope. He has never met Penelope because the story is he left when he was like 14 to 16 is when he ran away and joined the army. And obviously, like, Penelope and whatever the frick Cheryl's dad's name is got married. Like, I don't think they knew each other when they were young. Like, Penelope does not seem Riverdale at all.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was like, he said that, like, he's known her for years. Like, Nana Rose has been living with her, like, for a substantial amount of time. Like, I think she would know if she made some kind of special blend of tea. So that's a little sketchy right there from the get-go.
Yeah, and that's when we find out that Nana Rose falls down the stairs. I think it's pretty obvious she didn't fall down the stairs. I don't know.
I love that in this episode, Betty, like, wakes Chick up with the lighter. She, like, wakes him up with the lighter. I loved that, because, like, I'm like, yes, I love bad Betty. I like her. Like,
yeah,
she's like, she was like, I hurt bad men, and guess what they all have in common? They're
all
dead. I was like, yes, bitch, yes.
And Chick, he's like, you're scaring me, Betty. What the, you know?
He tries to play,
He
probably was scared, but like also. And then Chick like told on her, and I swear the look on her eyes was like, game on.
Yeah.
Like, you done messed up. Like,
yeah, she's like, this is it.
And then back on Jughead, like being back on the like Southside High, I felt like he's like literally so passionate. Like he is the wokest woke in all of Riverdale. And he always does like what he thinks is right.
Yes.
You know, like he never like asks anyone else their opinion. He's like, this is right, like this is wrong, this is what I'm gonna do. Like,
he like stands up for
yeah,
what
he's like, either you're
believes
with me or
in.
you're not. But like, and then I felt like whenever Cheryl's mom was like, after they left the hospital, Nana Rose was in the hospital, whenever Penelope was like, we're gonna take you somewhere to get all better. Like obviously she's just trying to get Cheryl out of the way. But the acting in that scene, like, she genuinely seemed like she believed it. Like, she was, like, tearing up and stuff. And I was like, it's almost like, no one's here. Like, Cheryl knows what you're doing. Like,
I have something about the B&B fight. So this was when Veronica was up on stage because she wants to be class president or whatever. And Ethel comes in. She's, like, handing out flyers, which I don't remember exactly why Ethel hates Veronica. I think it's
her dad lost a job or something.
Yeah. So
I don't know where he worked. But
she's like handing out flyers against Veronica, and Betty sees them and she's like, is this true? You know, and she gets all mad, and we kind of don't see that progressing until not the next episode but the one after. So
yeah, like they literally, there was no
kind of
B&V interaction
they
for
like
a
dropped
hot
it
minute. Yeah.
and then came back to it.
They're literally in no scenes together.
But yeah.
I said that I was literally so shook by Archie cutting Jughead off of Southside High.
Yeah.
Like he was doing it because he wanted to get his dad out of the contract, right? That's why he did it.
Yeah.
He wanted to save his dad somehow from Hiram once again. I think it was getting him out of the contract. And he, like, cut Jughead off, and it was such a dramatic scene. And then there was, like, this aerial view, and, like, after he cut him off, Jughead's, like, walking away, and Archie pushes him. And I was like, was that necessary? Like, that's your friend, dude.
Yeah, and they never really fight. Like, after Archie did that, they didn't, like, have any sort of disagreement or fight or anything. So
I was shook. I was like, oh my god. Also, Archie was wearing this like baby blue long sleeve t-shirt that looked really good on him. Like, it really did. When Jughead asked Betty to be his co-president, like, I swear they were so down for each other. Like, I was telling Jessica, like, Archie missed out. Because, like, Betty has so much freaking love inside of her. You can, like, see it in their eyes how much they love each other. Like, so much love. And I just appreciated that about them so much.
Yeah.
Like,
and I think it also helps that they're like a couple
in real life. Yeah.
Like I think that makes a big difference, honestly.
Yeah. But I also feel like if I'm like an actress and I'm on camera with a hot guy, I feel like it would not be hard to like act in love. Like get that look in my eye. Like, I don't know. Let's see, what else? Oh, I feel like Archie is always pressured by, like, someone else. Whereas, like, I was talking about earlier, Jughead always, like, makes actions for himself, by himself, like, no matter what. Like, Archie's always trying to, like, be there for Veronica, or protect his dad, or stay on Hiram's good side. And then, I said, but, like, sometimes he actually agrees with Hiram. So, like, sometimes he just goes with what Hiram says, and then other times he's like, yeah, Hiram's right. Like, Hiram's a good guy. And then my last point was, when will Archie make his own choices?
Yeah. Yeah. She's very, like, he'll do anything for Hiram right now at this point. Which
He's
is
like,
crazy.
I'm all in, baby.
It's like, yeah, it's like Hiram is, like, number one. Even sometimes above Veronica, I feel like.
Yeah. It's like it started off as a way to, like, I mean, it's all Veronica's fault. She was like, you need to get in with my dad. Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
But
it was all better when Hiram was in jail, and now I just want to know when somebody's gonna kill him.
Okay, so now we're gonna talk about episode 30. And I have a lot on this episode. I feel like this was kind of a big
It was.
episode.
This was one that I was like, Shook.
So the first thing I put down was that the car was found from the guy that Chick murdered. We see like FP.
Everybody's freaking out.
Yeah, everyone's freaking out. They all like FP, Alice, Betty, and Jughead all like get together and they're like, what do we do? We're freaking out.
Yeah.
You know?
And I feel like Alice definitely has been looking at Jughead. Has been looking at FP some type of a way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she likes to act like in high school all they did was make out and have fun, but no, they were in love.
Yeah.
They were in love 100%.
I think they're a thing in real life too.
Oh, really?
I think they are. I follow them both on Instagram.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure they are.
She seems so much older than him.
Yeah, I don't know.
You think? I don't know.
I have Archie is continuously sticking up for Hiram again, especially when they were like in that room with those two guys playing poker or whatever. Or were they playing poker?
I think they were just eating.
Oh. Well,
But yeah, he stands up with him too hard. Like,
yeah.
I said that he really thinks he's like a big bad boy.
Mhm.
Like, he took credit for a lot of stuff he never did. Like, you didn't take care. He said he took care of Papa Poutine. He didn't take care of Papa Poutine. That's not true. He said he took care of the hick in the woods. He didn't take care of the hick in the woods. He literally just ran after him and tackled him. Archie flip-flops a lot. Like, he flip-flops between being on, like, genuinely agreeing with Hiram and then doing things for Hiram just because he has to. Like I said, that, he's on Hiram's side again. He's like, don't mess with Hiram. Like, we have this. And then he's like, but, like, he just told Hiram to stay away from his dad. Like, what do you want, Archie? And then I was like, an argument could be that it's like because he loves Veronica, but I feel like their relationship is so surface level. Like, we never see the type of emotions like we see between Jughead and Betty.
Mhm.
All we see is Archie and Veronica making out.
Yeah.
And like, I feel like their relationship is very based on outwardly things, like their relationship with each other, their like intimate relationship, their relationship with their parents. Whereas like Jughead and Betty, it's literally just like them and their love.
Yeah.
Like, there are no, like, sure, like, at first her mom was, like, totally against it, but, like, that did not, there was no impressing Betty's mom. Like, that was irrelevant.
Right.
And
Yeah.
does Betty try to impress the Serpents sometimes? Yes, but, like, it's still not relevant to their relationship.
Yeah, and I feel like with Betty and Jughead, they're always, like, 100% there for each other, and they say, like, oh, don't worry, I'm gonna be here for you, or, like, stuff like that.
And Veronica's
don't
like,
really see that with...
yeah, I feel like they almost threaten each other. They're like, don't do that. Or
yeah,
else, like...
Yeah.
I was wondering, how did, like, when Nana Rose called Tony at school, how did she know Tony's name? Like, Homegirl has been locked up in Thistle House for years. She does not... How does she know her name? How does she know to call the school, like...
Yeah. The only thing I could think of is
Maybe she was like, let me talk to that serpent girl.
from, like, the will reading, maybe they met there.
Yeah,
I
like,
don't
something
know.
too funny.
But Cheryl is still in the, what is, like, the Sisters of
Quiet Mercy.
And they're trying to convert her. This was, like, it was
Weird.
sad.
It was sad.
Like,
She just, like, was
imagine?
broken. She was just broken.
Yeah. She was, like, in this room,
Like, did
all by
she
herself.
rolled her eyes sometimes, but, like, she still was just, like,
Yeah.
truly broken.
I feel like this is when we see Cheryl being, like,
Vulnerable.
she doesn't, like, stick up for herself here as she normally does.
I think she kind of realizes, like, the
Like,
time
she
for that
can't-
is...
Yeah, she can't really do anything.
Yes, the Serpents coming to the rescue.
Yes, that
'Cause-
is my favorite part of this episode.
Is this when... Yeah, I didn't write down anything about the rest of what happened.
Oh,
But,
good.
like, basically, Chick brings home the guy's girlfriend who owned the car.
Darla is her name.
Yeah, and she's like, I need $10,000. And then they bring the $10,000 and she's like, I'm not leaving. And then all the Serpents, like, charge in. And something I actually
Yes.
forgot to say on the last episode is that... Or no, it was on this episode just earlier. Sweet Pea and all the Serpents are like, we aren't voting for you because you're in cahoots with Alice's daughter. But they will all storm into Alice's house to save her.
Right.
So it's like, you won't vote for your king
Yeah.
because of his queen, but you'll
Yeah.
like get into a fight for them. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I was like, come on, Sweet Pea, make up your mind. By the way, I love Sweet Pea. He's probably my favorite.
Really?
I'd like to see some more Sweet Pea. Like, give me some more. He's like a side character, but I think he's scrumdiddlyumptious, and I would just like to see more of him.
I just think Jughead kicking down that door. Oh, yes, I love that part.
Yes.
I could like just put that on repeat. So
yeah, that's some good stuff. They break Cheryl out of Sisters in Crime.
Oh
Mercy.
Yes, Kevin,
and then
Choni, and Veronica go to save Cheryl.
Yeah, and like
this is like super dramatic.
Yeah.
Like, when what's her name?
Choni
finally gets to
finds
Cheryl.
her, and then they kiss.
Yes, and they
and
go
it's
up
super dramatic.
in front of the movie screen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
I'm all for it.
Yeah,
me
like, too. But I'm
snaps.
like, what is everyone else doing?
Right?
Like, they weren't reacting at all.
they were probably drugged up. Like
Probably.
then Hiram Lodge blows up, or the dark circle blows up the freaking car of the mobsters, and I'm like, Archie's like, this is a message from the dark circle. Like, you really think that these big bad mobsters are afraid of a bunch of teenage boys? No. Like, they don't care. They're like, wow, thanks for blowing up that car. I have about 17 more in my garage back in New York. Like,
I have something about how Hiram gives Archie that car.
he's trying to buy, he's like, he knows how to manipulate a boy. I wonder if he manipulated, Nick Sinclair at all whenever, because they kind of had, like, it makes it seem like they had kind of like a fling back in the day, which, like, obviously they were younger then, but I bet he pulled some strings with Nick Sinclair as well.
I'm sure.
And then I said that, at the very end, Cheryl's like, obviously I'm going to be Carrie White, and then she goes, and this school's gonna burn.
Yeah,
like,
why is she so
what did that school ever, like, what have they done to you?
They didn't send you to the Sisters of
Yeah,
Light,
like, she should be, like, rejoicing. She just got out of, like...
Yeah, I don't understand.
Why is the school, like, no one did anything to you, like...
And she's super popular.
Right, and, like, back in the day, like, Jason Blossom just died days, sure, the school hated her. Like, she had a terrible life, but now it's like, she's fine. Like, what's going on? Like,
I don't know why that was a thing.
you're like, okay, Cheryl, whatever you say, sweetie. Like, you just got out of a mental ward. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have anything else?
No, that's all I have for that episode.
Okay.
I did have a whole page and a half for that, though.
Wow.
It's going hard.
So, that is all we have to say about those episodes for Riverdale. You should go watch the remainder.
Yes, we are gonna
Taylor's
finish it up on my channel.
Mm-hmm.
Link will be below.
Yes.
Maybe. I mean, maybe not. You can just
It will be. Anyway, it gets really good, so definitely make sure you go check out that video.
We were shooken.
Yes.
To the core.
Yes. We literally watched 9 episodes of Riverdale within like
8 hours.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Anyway, you should totally subscribe down below, turn on my post notifications, check out our social media, and all that fun stuff. I think that's all I have to say. I hope you enjoyed this video. I haven't
Just
done
hanging out.
Yeah.
All that jazz.
I haven't done something like this on my channel, but I think it's really fun, and I love Riverdale. So, you know, why not?
Fangirls unite, and fanboys and fan people.
Okay, that is all we have for you. So, we'll see you soon, hopefully. Okay, bye guys.